On a bright, sunny day, a woman ventures deep into the jungle to gather dry firewood. Without warning, the clear sky darkens and heavy rain begins to pour. Startled and disoriented by the sudden downpour, she slips and collapses onto the muddy ground. As she struggles to get back up, she notices a group of strange figures marching toward her. Their movements are unnatural, and nothing about them seems human. Panicking, she hides behind a large tree, holding her breath, but they quickly sense her presence. She tries to run, yet it is already too late for her to escape. Soon after, an old man from her village begins searching for her when she does not return home. While wandering through the dense jungle, he comes across a peculiar house standing alone in the wilderness. As he cautiously approaches it, the door creaks open on its own. In an instant, hundreds of hands emerge from inside and drag the terrified old man into the house. Later, the man crawls out of the earth nearby, covered in dirt and barely conscious. A few steps away, he finds his daughter sitting on the ground, crying softly. As he moves closer to comfort her, her face suddenly twists into something unrecognizable and horrifying. Weeks pass, and the entire town becomes aware of the old man's disturbing tale. Fear spreads quickly, and no one dares to enter the jungle anymore. However, a young woman named Yiling remains fearless. She boldly claims that she possesses powerful talismans capable of protecting people from the evil snakes of the jungle. She begins selling these talismans to the frightened villagers. Before long, loan sharks confront Yiling, demanding repayment. She tries to flee, but they chase her relentlessly through the streets. Just before they can harm her, a handsome stranger appears and intervenes. He beats the men mercilessly and even pays off Yiling's debt himself, sternly warning them never to trouble her again. However, this kindness comes with a condition. The man, Yufeng, demands that Yiling take him into the jungle to meet the old man. That night, they reach the old man's house, where they find him worshipping a mysterious and unfamiliar deity. Suddenly, the old man loses control and violently attacks them. Yufeng restrains him with great effort and manages to render him unconscious before anyone is hurt. While examining him, they discover patches of snake-like skin covering his body. Yufeng seems to recognize the condition and performs a ritual to stabilize him. The old man's son then reveals the truth. One night, he witnessed his sister performing dark rituals. Afterward, she entered a carriage that lifted itself into the air and carried her into the same jungle. Following her through a haunted gallery, he saw her dancing to entertain a group of strange beings. The group chose her as a bride and left, promising to return the next day. When her brother begged her to escape with him, she instead grabbed a large piece of meat, tied it with rope, and threw it into the mouth of a massive serpent. Together, they pulled it back out, and the meat had transformed into pure gold. Back in the present, the man explains that it was all part of his sister's plan to obtain gold from the giant snake to repay their father's debts. However, as payment, she was taken away for marriage and never returned. One night, Yiling goes out to gamble, hoping to win some money. While returning home, she senses a strange presence following her. She tries to hide, but a mysterious woman approaches her from behind and offers two chilling choices: to die in 3 days or in 5. When Yiling wakes up later, she finds Yufeng standing before her. She learns that the terrifying woman was actually a man from the gambling house attempting to rob her. Yufeng cannot understand why Yiling constantly risks her life for money, until he discovers that she secretly cares for a group of orphans and needs money to support them. One of the orphan girls, Sheila, tells Yiling that a child among them has been kidnapped by a strange woman named Li. Yiling remembers that Li was once kind-hearted, but after discovering her baby dead one day, she lost her sanity and took her own life. Now, it is said that her spirit wanders at night, kidnapping children. Yufeng refuses to believe this story. The following night, when a man attempts to kidnap Sheila, Yiling and Yufeng catch him in the act. Through him, they uncover a couple who sell kidnapped children to childless parents. When one of the children recognizes Yiling, the criminals attack, but Yufeng fights them off and rescues the innocent children. Determined to uncover the truth, Yufeng and Yiling investigate further and arrive at the dead woman's house, where her husband still lives. Sneaking inside, they discover a strange well. As Yufeng peers into it, the dead woman suddenly appears before him, begging him to seek justice for her. Later, Yufeng and Yi Ling secretly follow the dead woman's husband and discover that he has been having an affair with another woman for a long time. As they watch from hiding, a ghostly figure suddenly enters the room, looking exactly like the man's dead wife. Terrified, the husband drops to his knees and begins begging for forgiveness, blaming his lover for seducing him and ruining his life. The lover, however, speaks up and reveals the truth. She exposes how the man had always despised his wife, and had been cheating on her even while she was still alive. At that moment, the illusion fades, and the truth is finally revealed. It is Yi Ling who had disguised herself as the ghost, carrying out the plan she had carefully arranged with Yufeng. Soon, the husband breaks down completely and confesses, leading into a flashback. While the wife was away working to support the family, she discovered her husband's affair. Enraged and heartbroken, she confronted both of them. In response, the husband violently threw his pregnant wife out of the house. Despite the cruelty she suffered, she managed to survive and give birth to her child. Hoping to save her family, the wife gave her husband another chance, believing he might change. However, he continued meeting his mistress in secret. Eventually, both the husband and his lover committed an unforgivable crime, killing the woman's young daughter and her newborn son. Not long after, the woman herself was also murdered. After uncovering the truth, Yi Ling and Yufeng hand the guilty pair over to the police so they can atone for their sins. Next, Yi Ling leads Yufeng to a hidden location, claiming he might find clues related to the mysterious snake wedding. There, Yufeng notices the old man's son gambling recklessly. They follow him and return to his house, only to find the old man dead. The son claims that his sister, Ning, took revenge on their father. He then reveals what truly happened. According to him, loan sharks had forced the old man to sell his daughter to clear his debt. Terrified for her life, the daughter secretly gave her father a large sum of money she had saved over the years and disappeared without a trace. Now, the son insists that his sister returned as a vengeful spirit and killed the